now entered the political realm of the unbelievable. John Podesta, who as most of you know is a political consultant who served as White House Chief of Staff under President Bill Clinton from 1998 till 2001. He was later counselor to President Barack Obama from 2014 till 2015 and then went on to chair the Hillary Clinton for President campaign, has now managed to once again get himself into some hot water on social media. Podesta made a comment about a hit piece written against Jared Kushner by the left-wing Washington Post. Via the Washington Post, officials in at least 4 countries have privately discussed ways they can manipulate Jared Kushner, the president's son-in-law and senior advisor, by taking advantage of his complex business arrangements, financial difficulties and lack of foreign policy experience, according to current and former U.S. officials familiar with intelligence reports on the matter. Among those nations discussing ways to influence Kushner to their advantage were the United Arab Emirates, China, Israel and Mexico, the current and former official said. It is unclear if any of those countries acted on the discussions, but Kushner's contacts with certain foreign government officials have raised concerns inside the White House and are a reason he has been unable to obtain a permanent security clearance, the officials said. Kushner's interim security clearance was downgraded last week from the top secret to the secret level, which should restrict the regular access he has had to highly classified information, according to administration officials. Security clearances downgraded for Kushner and other White House officials. Senior advisor Jared Kushner's lack of foreign policy experience has been a concern within the White House, current and former officials say. Jabin Botsford, the Washington Post HR McMaster, President Trump's national security advisor, learned that Kushner had contacts with foreign officials that he did not coordinate through the National Security Council or officially report. The issue of foreign officials talking about their meetings with Kushner and their perceptions of his vulnerabilities was a subject raised in McMaster's daily intelligence briefings, according to the current and former officials, who spoke on the condition of anonymity to discuss sensitive matters. Within the White House, Kushner's lack of government experience and his business debt were seen from the beginning of his tenure as potential points of leverage that foreign governments could use to influence him, the current and former official said. They could also have legal implications. Special Counsel Robert S. Mueller III has asked people about the protocols Kushner used when he set up conversations with foreign leaders, according to a former U.S. official. New White House security clearance policy could put bullseye on Kushner. Officials in the White House were concerned that Kushner was naive and being tricked in conversations with foreign officials, some of whom said they wanted to deal only with Kushner directly and not more experienced personnel, said one former White House official. Kushner has an unusually complex set of business arrangements and foreign entanglements for a senior White House aide, experts have said. But his behavior while in office has drawn more scrutiny and raised concerns that he would be unable to obtain a final security clearance, which he needs to perform the many jobs Trump has entrusted to him, from negotiating foreign trade deals to overseeing a Middle East peace process. We will not respond substantively to unnamed sources peddling second-hand hearsay with rank speculation that continue to leak inaccurate information, said Peter Marijanian, a spokesman for Kushner's lawyer. Under any normal circumstance, Podesta's comment would be taken as a joke about his fellow colleagues in the White House backstabbing him in order to diminish his power with the president, who is also his son-in-law. But as we all know, in today's climate, where Republican congressmen get shot at for just practicing for their annual charity baseball game against the Democrats, things have changed. Especially when you take into consideration all the rumors and allegations swirling around about the fate of all the people who have ever gone against the Clinton machine. Now stop for a minute and consider what would have happened if the Republican operative would have taken upon himself to make this same comment about Mark Mosvinsky, Hillary Clinton's own son-in-law, if God forbid she would have won the 2016 election. The whole mainstream liberal Clinton media machine would have been up in arms over it. They would have called for every Republican to condemn him and he would have been banished from the political arena for life. But since John Podesta is a Democrat and an extreme liberal, he will get away with it, and somehow they will manage to turn the narrative around in order to blame Dan Scavino for being one of the ones to call attention to this tasteless comment on Twitter. From the web powered by ZergNet, Navy SEAL who killed bin Laden tossed off plane, the truth about the Obama sisters, the disappointing double life of Tim Tebow, why people stopped watching The Big Bang Theory, woman who drove Florida shooter to school speaks at awkward Olympics, wardrobe malfunctions you can't unsee.